All right, I want to give you some practical tips for the kennel. So I'm making a little video, and we'll go over all of these things on Monday, but hopefully if I can give you as much information now, it kind of soaks in before Monday. So normally she's not in a leash in the crate, and normally she's actually not in this crate. She's been staying in a different crate, but this is her bed. I just pulled it out of the dryer. So I figured we'll work this crate. This is another dog's crate, but anyway, so what I wanted to show in this, because this is like a similar style that you guys have at home. So what I want to show you is some things that I do to encourage calmness in the crate, because it's such a functional thing when they come home, especially when like you're learning the training and she's excited about being home. Sometimes those things can feel like a lot, and so I like to have a dog be able to stay in the crate throughout the day, even if you're home, and then sleep at night in the crate. So like I wouldn't have her in it for more than like, let's say if you're going somewhere, maybe that outing was a little bit longer, but throughout the day, like I wouldn't have her in it for more than like 2 hours or so. Give her a chance to get out and, stretch her legs and stuff. But if you guys are going somewhere and she's going to be in there for a while, like those things aren't terrible in and of itself. So I like to keep her stuff close to the crate. Most of the time dogs are really excited, especially like getting out of the crate. So what I'll do is, especially if I don't have the e-collar on her, I'll open it, wait. And this isn't her normal crate, so this is a little bit harder, and so she's more wanting to get out. Wait. So I'll shut it back on her, okay, until she gives me some eye contact. She's like, I know food fell over here. And then I'll pull her out. And so I don't use food every single time, but I do like to use it every once in a while, because see how she's like, I love going in my crate because this is where I eat. I'm gonna push this dog out of the way. So I have been feeding her in the crate. This is where I feed 90% of the dogs that come and stay with me, because when you have multiple dog household, it's easier. And we want to be really mindful about like bloat. And so when a dog eats a lot of food really fast, and they drink a bunch of water really fast, and they run around, immediately after we can actually get a dog that has bloat. And so it's just kind of a safety thing. As I feed her and I put her in the crate and I let her digest for like 30 to 45 minutes or so, just to make sure that she's good. So she's like, you have food, I'm going in the crate. She thinks she's eating dinner. It's getting closer to dinner time. And so, yeah, this is really good for her. I also like to be able to have her wait, so the door's open and she's not like pushing her whole body through. Okay. And then, okay, Molly. And then I can invite her through. She loves the food. She's like, I'll do this all day long. And so she's doing it really good now, especially because I have food. So I will also practice, like, I wouldn't leave her all of her equipment on, but I would also just practice, like, I'm going to put you in the crate and, like, go clean the house or vacuum or, like, do what I need to do or run an errand or something, so that she has some separation and it's normal, and it's also, and teach a little bit of like calmness. So she wants the food, so she's pawing at the gate. I tapped the e-collar there. If she were to start barking in the crate, I can tap the e-collar there. Most of the time when I put her in the crate, she's gotten into this rhythm of like, I'm gonna go take a nap, because it's typically after we've done training or we did a play group or after a walk or just getting ready to go to bed, or if I need to leave for a session, I'll put her in the crate, and she's just gotten used to going to sleep. So I would say the first week, she might push back on this a little bit, because it's going to be a different crate that she hasn't been in, and it's open. Sometimes you can cover these crates as long as there's some ventilation. I think that's good, and sometimes even healthy for them, where they can just like be in the crate and they're not feeling so exposed, and then putting the crate somewhere where it's a calmer room. So like, it's not, I wouldn't really crate a dog right here in the middle of the living room. just because there's a lot going on all the time. And so I like to have a place where it's like kind of out of the way and the dog can truly go and decompress because it's healthy for them. They are den animals by nature. And so they do need off times, and they also don't go through REM cycles the same way we do. They go through REM, but it's less frequent. So they take naps and it's normal compared to how much they just sleep more than we do as humans. So they need that. And then also you need that. So there's like, that's important too. Like you need her to go to the crate and go be away for a little bit so she's not like digging in the yard or barking at you to let her in from the backyard or something like sometimes we just like can't do all of the things, and so it's stuck in her jowl. She's like, I can't get that treat. So yeah, you need to be able to put her away. I've been putting her in her kennel without a leash, and I have been taking her e-collar off. If she were to start barking in the crate, I would go and I would put the e-collar back on. And then I would make her go in the crate with the e-collar. So what I mean by that is like, let's say, okay, Molly, let's say like I let her out because she was barking and she's like, see ya, I'm out. And you put the e-collar on, you're going to say Molly kennel, and you're going to use e-collar to get her in there. So I'm not going to shove her back in there. I want her to do the work to get in the kennel. I don't want to have to force her in. The more that this becomes an obedience exercise, the more respect she will have for the kennel. Molly kennel, all the way back on. Good girl. And so I don't want her to, like, you let her out, you put the e-collar on, and she's like, yeah, freedom. And then you try to go put her in, and she's like, heck no. And she's running all over the house, and she's not listening and stuff. Okay, Molly. So we would make it like a training exercise the same way we would do place. Good job. Molly kennel. So right there, I'm going to do e-collar, make her get in, and levels on the e-collar we'll talk about on Monday will obviously match like excitement levels, or if she's like sniffing something, or if she's just being obstinate and like choosing not to. So we'll talk about like how we can use the leash in that situation, how we use the e-collar, and all of those kinds of things we'll go over on Monday. But it's a good girl, Molly girl.